Guys, sorry about the delay. I've been quite busy the past week and I haven't been very well. A bit under the weather today too. Had a bit of a panic attack yesterday. Was not very nice. Got quite a bit of chest pain, but just going to keep chuffing along. So today I want to talk about films that I like that everyone else pretty much hates. I mean, critics, fans alike. I mean, these are films that I have in my DVD collection. Most of the other films people like, but these are ones that did not get very good reviews, but I liked. This is just my opinion, guys, but I just want to say, because I think these films are great and people hate them. So let's start. Let's do this. So, the first film, G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra. Now, I think this film was very, very entertaining. I watched it. I did not see any of the reviews before this. I got it on DVD for my birthday a while back, and I watched it, and yeah, I had a good time with it. I think it was good. It was a good popcorn action flick, and I enjoyed it. If you go in expecting the next Mission Impossible, then you're going to be disappointed. But if you're just looking for a good time, explosions, guns, and everything, you can't go wrong with G.I. Rise of Cobra. I mean, yeah, the acting's it's not Oscar worthy or anything, but Channing Tatum does a good job, and so do all the others. Christopher Eccleston was in the film. Love Christopher Eccleston, brilliant actor. Love him as the Doctor, my favourite Doctor. But he's in this film. He's kind of the bad guy. So that's why I like it already, because Christopher Eccleston was in it. But yeah. It was a good film and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra. And even though it got a 35% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 5.8 on IMDb, I still enjoyed this film. And yeah, I heard the new one, Retaliation. It's not new, it's been out for a while now. The one with The Rock. I've heard that one wasn't very good either, but I might get that on DVD because I like Dwayne Johnson. That guy, I love Dwayne Johnson, so I might get that too. So on to my next film. I have big Jim Carrey, The Cable Guy. I love this film. It's one of my favourite Jim Carrey films. He is so good in this film. The character, it's just brilliant. He's like, so I'm 31? Huh? I'm 31? It's just brilliant. I love it. This character on his lisp, he's like, perfectionist. But yeah, and Ben Stiller directed it. It's a while back now. I think this was 1996, so this was about the same time he was filming Ace Ventura. But yeah, this film did not get very good reviews. It got mixed. It's got 54 on Rotten Tomatoes and a 6 on IMDb, which isn't bad at all. It's not amazing, but Jim Carrey himself knows this film, it slumped in the box office, didn't do very well. Critics, it was really mixed with critics, and Jim Carrey knows that, but he defends it. In a conference a while back, he was like, me and Ben Stiller and Matthew, we did an amazing job on that film, and I'd defend it to my death. And I agree with Jim, this was a terrific film. You do not deserve the critics, and this was a terrific film. I loved it. And Ace Ventura 2 actually got worse scores than this, worse reviews, and people love that film. And I love Ace Ventura 2, but I'm just saying, The Cable Guy was a terrific film too, and it didn't get review-wise. Critics. Ugh. This is just me saying critics don't always matter. Okay, they're crazy. So another one, Friday the 13th. This was a reboot. A while back, it came out in 2009 and got some DVD in Tesco a while back when I was a bit younger than I was 18. When I was younger than 18, but that was like. But yeah, I watched this film. I've seen a few of the other Friday the 13th films, the one back in the 80s and 70s and 90s, like all 20 of them or something like that. So, but yeah, I enjoyed this film. I think Jason was a badass, even though he does run in the film. I don't think he ever runs in the original, does he? Or something like that. But because I think he doesn't always walk. But yeah. I enjoyed this film. If you're just looking, it's not amazing, If you're looking for something amazing, like then if you're looking for the next Scream or the next what do you call it, like Frankenstein, whatever. It's not that, but it was a good film. If you enjoy if you're seeing bad young actors getting stabbed through the face and getting their heads cut off by this maniac, then you can't go wrong with Friday the 13th. But yeah, I liked this film. It was funny. There was funny in parts because the stuff the teenagers do before Jason just goes whoosh. And yeah, the ending of this film made me go, oh, Jesus. So yeah, I like this film. It didn't get very good reviews. It's got 25% Rotten Tomatoes and a 5.6 on IMDb. But yeah, I like this film. Can't go wrong with Friday the 13th. It's a decent film. Not amazing, but it's good. So quite an old one here. Short Circuit 2. This film came out 1988. It's about a little robot called Johnny Five who wants to change and become a human. haven't seen the first one, but I like Short Circuit 2. It's a fun little film, fun little soundtrack, nice little with late 80s. It's got a 38 Rotten Tomatoes, like I said, 5.5 IMDb. But I enjoyed this film. I thought it was fun. It was cute. The robot was so cute. He's like a little softie, but he becomes a total badass at the end of the film, like defending all the criminals and everything. So I really enjoyed this film. It was cute. It was sassy. You can't go wrong with Short Circuit 2. It was such a cute little film. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Didn't deserve those reviews. So yeah, Short Circuit 2. That was a film I like. I did not get good reviews. Now on to two films that I love. The Nutty Professor. Well, the Nutty Professor 1 and the Nutty Professor 2. These films I love. Me and my mate Tom, we quote these films all the time. We just love them. Love them both. The first film got decent. It actually got a 65 on Rotten Tomatoes. 65% Rotten Tomatoes. 5.5 on IMDb. Decent film, Eddie Murphy in a big fat suit, and then he becomes Buddy Love, the other skinny guy there, and it becomes... It's a good plot, it was decent acting, I like the film. Then Nutty Professor 2, which did not get as very good reviews, got 4.3 on IMDb and a 26 on Rotten Tomatoes, but I enjoyed both of these films. I had a great time with them, laughing my head off. There's some hilarious jokes in this film. I think Eddie Murphy is that guy's so talented, and he's so underrated, Eddie Murphy. He plays all these characters in this film. That takes guts, come on. And he's like, in the credits, it's Eddie Murphy, Eddie Murphy, Eddie Murphy. Come on. I love this film. It's so funny. I mean, the accents, the acting. I love the Nutty Professor films, and they got pretty slammed by critics and quite a lot of people. Now on to Godzilla. Yeah, I said this in one of my earlier videos. Godzilla. This came out in 1998. It was Roland Emmerich's interpretation of the Japanese monster. And yeah, it wasn't met with very good reviews. 25% Rotten Tomatoes, 5.3 on IMDb, not very good. But I was shocked because I watched this film tons as a kid. I loved this film. I was so scared watching it. And the soundtrack, yeah, Matthew Broderick, he's not terrific in this film. He's a bit, you can't really take him seriously at some points, and same can go with a lot of the other actors. I think Hank Azaria did well. I like him. But yeah, and Godzilla, he was pretty good. He looked really realistic. It just kept me on my feet the whole film. I really enjoyed it, but yeah, I enjoyed this film. But the new one that's coming out this year looks amazing. Oh my god, I can't wait to see that next month. It looks amazing. So yeah, I think this will be 10 times. The one that's coming out this year will be 10 times better than this. And I actually enjoyed this, so I think I'm going to like the new Godzilla film. Yeah. And last but certainly not least, this movie has a 3.9 on IMDb and a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes. Ouch. It's Eddie Murphy again. This film is Norbit. Me and my mate Tom, we can't get enough of this film. We quote it day in, day out. We just love this film. And everyone else hates this film. I love it. It's like I said, it's hysterically funny. Yeah, some of the jokes are stupid, and yeah, it is stupid, but what do you expect? Look at the front cover. What are you expecting when you see that front cover? The next 12 Years a Slave? No. You expect Eddie Murphy making a pretty funny film, and I enjoyed this film. Yeah, I think Eddie Murphy playing three different characters again. Here, Vespucci, the big fat woman, Norbert, and he plays a guy called Mr. Wong, who kind of steals the film. Oh, I love this film, though. It was so funny. Norbert's such a likeable character, and Rasputia, she's such a bitch, but you love it. So it's just a nice film. Me and my mate Tom, we quote the film all the time. But he's like, Tom, let's do Norbert. We just quote the film. I enjoyed this film. And Eddie Murphy knows, because this movie slumped at the box office, and it received tons and tons of bad reviews. And Eddie Murphy, he got nominated for a bunch of Razzies for this film. Poor guy. I think it was so hard on him. And I think in an interview he got asked about it, and he was like, no, next question. Because I think he knows it was a bit of a mistake on his part, but I don't know why, because I enjoyed this film. You got people out there who like this film, don't worry. Even Ricky Gervais at the Oscars, he was like, Eddie Murphy, a guy who says no to the Oscars, but yes to Norbit. Right, Eddie, we see you there. But fair enough. But yeah, so they're films I like that everyone else hates. So yeah, so guys, what are films that you like, that you hate? So what films that... I'm talking gibberish today, sorry about that. What are films that you like, that don't get very good reviews, that people, on the whole, people hate and say is bad films? What are they? Put them in the comment below, have a little chat. Thank you for watching, guys. I'm going to be a bit busy for next week, so my next video might take a while. But I'll see you when I see you. Thanks for watching, guys, as always, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.